no, my art is crap and I have no friends.
So you do art, huh? You might even be pretty good at it. No matter what you make, people will praise it because they think it's good. But you know the truth. You're stuck. Your art isn't progressing, and it never will. Because you're bald. More bald than a bald man, a man with no hair. Bald. But how do you get unstuck, you might ask? Well, I'm going to share with you one thing that I have learned to unstuck yourself. Your art, no matter what it is based off of reality. So maybe you sketch portraits of family and friends, or you do huge oil paintings of fantasy dragons. I don't know what you do. You do your own art. But whatever it is that you do, it's based off of observation. That's why little things like anatomy studies and color theory are so important. Because in order to make art, you need to observe reality. And not only observe reality, you need to observe the world around you and learn from it. But you also need to learn from other people. So there's this chart, and it shows that when you're creative, and when I mean creative, I don't mean like imaginative, because you don't need to be imaginative to make art. I just mean creating something. It shows that when you're the most creative, you're actually the least observational. And then it shows that when the creativity wears off, like creativity does, you start becoming more observational. Now, you don't want to be creative for too long, because if you're creative for too long, you become less and less observational the longer that you are creative. So, say you have this big project that you've been working on it day and night, and you finally finish it. Okay, you're so happy it's finished, you don't have to do it anymore. What you don't want to do is you don't want to go straight into a new big project. Because if you go straight into a new big project, you're going to get burnt out. So here's what you do, is you take a moment, or several moments, depending on how you're feeling, how tired you are, how big your project was. Take a moment, or several, and go out and observe the world around you, learn something, whether it's like in person from a teacher or something else, maybe it's online from a book. Go out and observe. Look at the world around you, look at the tiny details. So look at the things around you, you'll have new ideas, and you'll learn things that were just like right there, right under your nose the whole time, right in front of your face, and you wouldn't have ever even known. And when you get back to your drawing, whether it's like the next day or 17 months later, I don't suggest doing that. You're going to be able to work more efficiently with more skill, with more knowledge of your subject. It might not be the same subject, but like, you get the point. The more you observe reality, the more you're able to put that work into your art, and you'll be able to work better art. Your art will progress. So yeah, you'll be able to go back, you'll be able to work good efficiently with more detail, and you won't be stuck in this loop of creativity. It's also good not to only just observe from only reality, but also observe from other people's like interpretations of reality. So like, as I would say it, you need to have art role models. So one of the big ones for me is Sam Does Arts. And so basically what I do is like, I'll watch a video from him, or I'll look at one of his pieces and I'll appreciate the composition of his piece. So if you want to hear more about that, there's another video that you can watch. I'll put a link in the description. But that word that I just used, composition, it's a word that's generally used in music. And so in music, it's a word that describes how the music is written. But it's actually a word from science. So in science, a composition is what something is made out of. So, for example, the composition of water would be 2 hydrogen atoms and an oxygen atom. The composition of your art piece is the lines that you use, the colors, the contrast, the gesture, everything, the shapes. All of that comes together to compose your drawing. It's everything that makes your drawing, your art, it's what makes it your own. And so, just like science, if you don't have the right composition to put into your drawing, if you don't put the right pieces in the right places at the right times, it's gonna blow up in your face and make a mess. And you're gonna have an art piece or a science experiment that did not end well. It doesn't look good. So you need to observe not only reality, but other people's reality, and learn from it and apply it into your own creative works. I hope this was helpful for you and that you enjoyed this video. If you would like to join my Discord, feel free. You can find a link in the description and on my YouTube bio. And then you can find an uncut, like, script writing session for this video on my Patreon. Basically, in that you can find more knowledge on the topics that were discussed in this video here, and topics that were discussed about the same subject but did not make it into the video. So I suggest going and watching that. That would be very cool if you want to know more about this subject and how to make your art progress. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, consider subscribing, and go tell all of your friends that you don't have about this guy that does art, even though that they could very much care less about art. You're great. See ya.